I just thought it was super tiny and they just cater to really small human beings, you know? Hello and welcome to this channel. If you're new here, I am Tan and I am all about sustainable fashion. I make videos based on reselling the clothes that you already have or secondhand clothes, as well as how to fix your clothes, mend them, upcycle, refashion, and all the other synonyms that come along with it. Today I'm actually going to go over a video on basically how to destroy a wool sweater from a really expensive brand. I got this Wilfred free wool sweater, merino wool, which sounds super fancy, from my sister-in-law, along with several boxes of clothes. I will link all the hauls up here for you to watch if you'd like. Otherwise, she's got very nice style and her clothes have been selling very well on my Poshmark closet. Turns out this was actually Shrunken. And I honestly just thought it was super tiny and they just cater to really small human beings, you know? Now I just am stuck with a Shrunken sweater. If you're new to who I am as a human being, I'm all about trying to be as sustainable as possible. I really think it's uncool that if you have any damaged clothes that you just send it off to the thrift store, essentially just sending your garbage for other people to deal with. Trying not to contradict my beliefs, I decided that I will try to refashion this and make use of the whole item. I will show you how the sweater fits first of all. Over the head, great. I can do that. Yeah. Do you see how small the sleeve is going? Oh my god, this is hilarious. Why I thought they would sell products like this is beyond me, but yeah, okay. I'm gonna try and see if I can make something wearable out of this. And yeah, let's just see how it goes.
Alright, so here I present to you the Shrunken sweater. Before I begin anything, I'm actually going to turn it inside out. I decided I can make a halter top out of this, so I grabbed one of my own out of my own closet and laid it right on top. That way I could trace the armholes. And make sure that you trace the back and the front and you know the difference between the two. It's not much of a difference, but there is a little bit of difference in the armhole length. I'm going to go ahead and use this wax chalk to trace the armhole that I want. And depending on the side I'm working with, I'm always going to make sure that if I'm working with the front side of the sweater, I'm going to trace the front side of my halter top to make sure they match up. Now that I'm done with the front, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and do the exact same thing on the back side. And for my purposes, I'm also going to draw in about 1 centimeter of seam allowance so I can fold it in. At the same time, after I'm done tracing out the armholes, I'm going to make sure that the points where the front and the back meet on the shoulder as well as the side seam meet, and that way when I cut in, they won't be different lengths. As I'm cutting the sleeve off, I'm trying to figure out what I could do with it, that way I don't waste anything or throw anything out. But that will be another project for another day. Now for those logical people that like to keep everything in sequence, I probably should have traced the armholes on both sides, left and right, whereas you saw me only trace one side. But I like to actually fold the actual top or whatever I'm working with in half and copy the cut that I made on the actual garment itself. I prefer this method because, as you saw, I added seam allowance, which the original halter top I used as reference did not have it. So I prefer making all my alterations or changes onto the traced armhole first, as you saw me do, and then any changes I make I can automatically trace over onto the other side by simply folding it in half and then making sure I copy whatever I need depending on the side I'm working with. Now that I'm done with the armholes, I can go ahead and cut open the side seams because, as you saw earlier, it does not fit over my body. So I was thinking if I cut the side seams, then I can go ahead and make some little incisions and put some ribbon through, so it'll be crisscross ribbons on the sides. I think that'll be really cute. Now that it's all opened up like this, I'm actually going to go ahead and sew down the raw edges on the armhole. Alright, now that I have clean finished the armholes on both the left and right side, I'm going to go ahead and point out where my nipples lie on this top. Now, I originally planned on having the lace-ups on the side go up to my nipples, but then after a little bit of realization, there was a little bit of more exposure than I had expected. And remember kids, in North America, the patriarchy hates female nipples, so you better cover up them boobs. Anyways, continuing on, I decided to go ahead and lace up the entire thing as much as I could up to the front hem. There's a very common phrase that I heard almost daily while I was in fashion school: what you do to one side, make sure you do to the other side. And this obviously makes sense when you're dealing with pairs. And so when I make marks in the front of my top to make a lace up, I should also make sure it matches on the back of my top. So after cutting all of the incisions for the ribbons, you could basically call these buttonholes, even though buttons specifically won't be going through them. And I don't know how much this fabric frays, so I wanted to prevent that from occurring, so I decided to go ahead and do some quick stitches over each incision that I've made. And now we finally get to the best part. I don't know what it is about ribbons and tying bows and all that jazz, but it's just so nice and satisfying when you get the right amount of ribbon that you need for whatever project you're working on, and then it just looks so cute and matches your entire outfit. Maybe it's just me and being super girly, but just saying. So because I hate creating any amount of waste, I made sure that the first ribbon that I tied through the first side actually had enough, and then I copied it over to the second piece of ribbon and cut the exact size that I needed. And now the piece de résistance. Enjoy watching me try to attempt looking cute and showing off this new me-made halter top from a very shrunken Wilfred Free sweater. Now, if you guys enjoyed that, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you guys make anything from any damaged, stained, or any goods that probably can't be worn again, please tag me with #ecentralitymade. Otherwise, go ahead and please subscribe for more refashion, upcycle, and reselling videos. Thanks for watching, you guys.